Hello and welcome to an episode of Cuisine Critiques. A good buddy of mine, George Hutchinson, who I haven't seen in a long time, he's actually a brother from another mother, had been calling, and we agreed to get together today. And he had given me a place where he wanted to have lunch. So I needed content for Cuisine Critique. So I'm about to go down and meet him at this location that's down in, I guess you call it Southern Baltimore. It's down near Baltimore Peninsula, Port Covington, when they're doing all of that work or not. George knows good places to eat. Him and the missus always goes out and he shoots some pictures and stuff, not so much video. And I'm hoping one day to maybe tell him to get on Cuisine Critiques and critique his meal. But anyway, he wants me to meet him at a place called Southside Diners, at the Southside Diner on Fort Avenue. Fort Avenue. And like I said, I have never been there before, so it'll give me a chance to eat at someplace new and critique the place. Again, you know, I'm following George's lead. He knows good places to eat, so I'm about to go down and eat lunch with Mr. George Hutchinson, and I'll give you a critique of the place. All right? So give me a few minutes. Give me time to get down there, and I will start this back up when we get down. And after we finish eating, I'll give you a critique, a review. Okay? See you soon. All right, so I've gotten down here, meeting Mr. George Hutchinson. He's in his luxury van over here. There's Mr. George Hutchinson.
Good morning, everybody.
And this is where we're going, the Southside Diner. The Southside Diner that says protecting America from hunger. So we're gonna go in here with Mr. George and see what we can see. Stay tuned.
I don't know whether you said no or yay, but I think you heard yes.
Yeah, well, that's the only way I take my eggs.
They don't mess around with the time.
No, they don't. They're very quick. So, okay, I'm back where I started. Had to cut through some traffic. It is a lot later in the day than I had planned. I met with George down at the Southside Diner, located at 893 Fort Avenue. The area is called the Southside Marketplace. The diner is located in the little shopping area, like a normal restaurant, but it is called a diner. So in the grand scheme of things, it is smaller than most diners that you would probably be used to, because most diners are standalone buildings or such. It has a small footprint, but nevertheless, it has it is a diner. So let me go to the meal first, and then I'll get back to some things about the diner itself. George is George. George knows everybody and everybody knows him. So when we walked in, he was greeted by all of the waitresses. It was like 3 or 4 of them. All of them greeted George, and sometime later during the meal, the owner, Nick, actually came out, and of course, George knew him too. George can talk to a rock. But anyway, we did get there after 12, and I thought about getting some, lunch type food, but George was remarking on how good their breakfasts are, and that more than likely this would not be my first and last time coming down. So you will probably see by some of the footage that came before this, I ended up getting, I'm a pancakes. I love pancakes. So I got a order of pancakes, three pancakes, three pancakes, a order of eggs, and I didn't like when we go to IHOP. I have to say 2 or 3 eggs. I just said an order eggs scrambled with cheese. It was a good amount, even though I didn't note how many eggs that I wanted, and a side of scrapple. The pancakes were very fluffy. They were a good size, and most of the things you'll see in a diner, you get enough food, and I'll tell you about some things that I saw. But the three pancakes were nice. They were fluffy. I've had pancakes at some of the other diners that I like, and I'm not knocking those at all. However, these were fluffier, more on the side of almost IHOP fluffiness to the pancakes, but larger. And you would have probably seen my plate by now. But they were very good. The thing that I liked about the meal itself is Wednesdays is a kind of set date with my wife and I, where we get something good to eat, usually before Bible study, but no Bible study right now. But get something good to eat, and look at a movie or something together after Bible study or such. But anyway, not to get beyond that. Like I said, the pancakes were very fluffy. They were very good. The eggs were ample, very seasoned very well with cheddar cheese, and the scrapple was a nice sized piece of scrapple. I didn't need 2 of those. I would have ate 2 of those, but I didn't get 2 of those. So, but it was a very good meal, very good meal. And Cuisine Critiques is not only about the meal, it's mostly about the meal, definitely about the meal, because that is the guiding factor of if I would recommend it to somebody or go back again. But like I said, it has a small footprint. We sat at one of 3 sets of tables that holds about 4 people in the center of the floor. To the, I guess it would be the front of me, from where I was sitting, but to the left, if you walk in, was a counter space where up to 6 people, up to 8 people could sit behind us. I think it was a series of 4 booths. Each booth had a long cushioned area where it could hold anywhere from 4 to 6 people, depending on how you get it in. So if you bring your family down there, it's definitely place for that. Besides the tables that where me and George sat at, it was a set of tables to the left of the entrance, and that looked like it could hold about 4 to 6 people. And then it was a bunch of Baltimore City cops that were eating when we left. They weren't there when we got there, but they had another set of tables on the side, and it looked like it would be about 6 of those. But even with the smaller footprint, George introduced me to the owner. His name is Nick, and I think he summed it up best when he said, the Southside Diner has a vibe. And it does. And I may have not told you that it sits in a area up from, if you know that area of town, Port Covington and the Baltimore Peninsula. It sits up from McHenry Row. It sits up in a place called Southside Marketplace. But back to Nick. Nick said it has a vibe, and it does. It has that neighborhood, that family feel, and by the time I left out, I felt equally the same. I am going to probably end up taking the wife down there, and a friend of mine, Mr. Henry, I'll probably take him down there. But It does. It has that kind of home neighborhood vibe to it. I didn't take any pictures of the menu. We ordered, we were talking, the menu was gone before, but I hope to, by the time I send this out, I'm hoping to find some images of the menu and put that up. But long story short, I definitely plan on going back again. The area, like I said, is down by the Baltimore Peninsula where they're doing a lot of construction, a lot of houses or apartment complexes, condo complexes going up. And I'm probably thinking it's not cheap, but it's a very nice area um, to explore. And that's why I'm so late getting home, is because after the meal, our conversation continued. We jumped in George's van. George knows almost a little about everything. He's a jack of all trades. And we went around, saw where Under Armour is building a yacht club. A lot of things down there on that, I think it's called Insulator Drive, down where Nick's Fish House is at. Which I plan on returning to. I've been there before, but I plan on returning there so we can do a critique of Nick's Fish House. But it is a nice area. Actually, when George took me up into McHenry Row, I saw at least two restaurants that I'd probably like to grab the wife and go down there and get a critique for that. So I don't want to get into the rambling. I want to bring this to a close. But Southside Downer at 893 Fort Avenue. They're only open for breakfast and lunch. They open at 7 and they close around 2:30. Am I going to return? 100%. Definitely going to return. Would I recommend it? Yes, I definitely would recommend that. And in that recommendation, like I said, go down. Any critique that we do, any review that we do, we're asking you to go and form your own opinion, good or bad. It's just that this is a place that is small, intimate, and I know you're going to enjoy it. I know you're going to enjoy it. So again, this is Anthony Spencer for Cuisine Critiques. Thank you for tuning in. Be blessed, and go out and get something good to eat. All right. Have a good day.